Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So it is here, the era of Pioneer Masters has begun. This is very exciting. So we've had a whole load of new cards added to the format, which has moved it closer than ever to being full Pioneer on Arena. Most of the competitive cards are now available. So yeah, we can pretty much play whatever Pioneer deck we want now. So we're going to be showcasing a few of those over the next couple of weeks, and then going forward. So for the first one, we are playing a pretty simple deck, which already exists as a bit of a fringe strategy in Explorer, but was missing one crucial ingredient, which we have now added, and that is a Selesnya Auras deck. So our new card to be added to this is Glade Cover Scout. Very simple, common, 1/1 for 1 green with Hexproof. It is the first time that a creature like this has been printed on Arena. So we now have a 1/1 Hexproof for 1 in the format, and we are able to kind of complete the Auras deck around that. And as you can imagine, if you've seen this kind of deck before, it's pretty simple. You have the Hexproof creature and you just put as many different enchantments on it. It's very hard for the opponent to deal with because they can't target it, but you can. And so it allows you to just put on your ethereal armors, all that glitters, sheltered by ghosts, and all of the various powerful enchantments that we have in the format. And yeah, really just go to go to town on the opponent's life total. So a lot of the rest of the deck you will recognise from the Explorer version that used to exist in the format. So Skrelv is a good way of providing additional protection for our creatures. It allows us to give one of our creatures hexproof from the colour of our choice until end of turn. So that does quite a good amount of work defending our SRAMs, which is a 2/2 for 2 that whenever we cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, we draw a card. I've had to, for some reason, I've only got 3 of each type rather than 4 of each one, so I've had to split this up into 2 different copies of SRAM, but it is the same card, and there are 4 in the deck. And then we've got Light Paws. So Light Paws is another good legendary creature in this deck that allows us to search up more auras when we cast one. The first aura doesn't have to be attached to Light Paws, so we can use it on our Glade Cover Scouts. So that's a pretty good thing to be doing as well. So those are the creatures, and then the enchantments are kind of fairly self-explanatory, all about kind of tooling up our creatures. So Cartouche of Solidarity, Ethereal Armor, and All That Glitters are kind of our big power and toughness boosters. So once we get one of those on one of our creatures, we will start closing out the game very quickly. Drift Spoon gives our creature flying, Sentinel's Eye gives it vigilance, Shard Mage's Rescue potentially can protect another one of our creatures with Hexproof for a turn, as well as giving it +1/+1. Kaya's Ghost Form allows us to bring the creature back. Audacity gives it +2/+0 and Trample. Sixth Sense allows us to draw a card when it deals damage to an opponent. And then Sheltered by Ghosts is another recent addition to the format. We played this in the Spirits deck that I ran a couple of weeks ago. So this is not only gives an enchanted creature +1/+0, lifelink and ward 2, but it also exiles a non-land permanent an opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. So yeah, that is the deck. Goes all the way up to a grand total of to the top of the curve is 2 mana, so it's a pretty cheap one to run. Very aggressive deck. So we don't have many lands, but we do have some dual lands in green and white. We've got a mana confluence for casting our Ghost Form, although often we will just go and fetch that with Light Paws instead. Couple of Iganjos and a couple of Besejus, so these legendary lands are obviously very good interaction, but we do run a lot of legendary creatures, so we'll often be able to cast them for cheaper, use their channel ability for cheaper rather. Then in the sideboard we have Gigantha, if we need to just bring in another creature which can do some work for us. Deafening Silence, good way of shutting down Phoenix and other things that the opponent may be trying to do with lots of spells. Portable Hole, just some more removal. Invasion of Gobakan is both a hand disruption spell and later on something that we can use to protect our creatures from targeted or mass removal. Rest in Peace, getting rid of the graveyard. Alpha Authority gives the creature hexproof and can't be blocked by more than one creature. And Heroic Intervention, another way of protecting our spells. So it's a fairly linear, straightforward strategy. We're kind of all in on just attacking with as big a creature as possible. So there aren't really many surprises in the deck. We'll see how it does. It's not one that's kind of in the top tiers of Pioneer at the moment. There's quite a lot of sacrifice-based removal flying around, which does make this kind of deck harder to run. But yeah, we will see how we do. Oh, I forgot to mention we're also running Mox Amber as well, just a good ramp spell in a deck that's running so many legendary creatures. So we do have one of those, 4 of those rather. And so yeah, let's go on to the ladder, see how we go on with this. Thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. Plenty more Pioneer Masters content to come. And yeah, let's go see how this does. Okay. Yeah, this hand's reasonable. The lack of a second land is a bit of a concern. Skrelv does get us the second mana, but if that dies, then that's a bit more of a problem. But hopefully we can draw another land. I think we are going to have to play out Skrelv here. We'll hold the Mox Amber. Maybe I should have played the Mox Amber. Plays around Thoughtseize that way. Okay, the opponent's playing an Expedition map. Okie dokie. Well, I think we need cards more than we need light pause for the moment, so... Okay, the opponent is playing Lotus Field. So we do need to kill them pretty quickly here. Okay, let's stick an All That Glitters on SRAM. No additional land is a bit sad. We might have to... Trouble is, our Mox Amber only produces white mana, so it's not like we can double up and cast the Audacity. We are just going to have to wait. I would like to be able to kill the opponent in... I mean, ideally next turn, but... Okay, I can live with a Consider. Double Thespian stage, eh? Well, they're not doing much else, so I think we do have another, potentially have another turn. Okay, well, that's good at least. Okay, still no more land. Stick it. And no more land still. Well, we'll keep going. Nope. Okay, well, let's hit them for 12. And then they are going to have to win this turn, which I think will be hard for them. They do have the land to be able to do hidden string stuff. Yep, okay. Did they mean to tap their Thespian stage there? I don't think they did. Okay, I wonder if we would have won that game. I'm not sure. So, we want Deafening Silence. And I quite fancy popping in Invasion of Gobekhan as well. And we need less of the protection spells, I would suggest here. We probably don't need Sheltered by Ghosts, just because they're not really... just don't really have any non-land permanents until right at the end. So if you haven't seen Lotus Field combo before, it hasn't been on Arena, it basically uses like untap effects to generate huge amounts of mana with Lotus Field, uses Pour over the pages to draw cards, untap lands, and it just generates a huge amount of mana, and then wins with things like Omniscience or whatchamajigger, Approach for the Second Sun. Okay, well, it's not a good hand, but it does have Deafening Silence in it, so So we'll just splurge our hand onto the table. I'll take the fish. Because the silence will come back again. I think I'll just attack with Skrell for now. It's not really needed to protect our Glade Cover Scout. Okay, down goes their 2 lands. They have a Lotus field. Ooh, all that glitters is a good draw, so now we'll hold back with our Skrell, just in case they have some form of removal. Nope. Okay, well that was pretty straightforward. I mean, Lotus Field is probably badly set up against this deck, just because it has so little interaction. So yeah, that was pretty easy. Remarkable that we are no longer queuing for days before we get a match. So we like this new era. Let's play Mox Amber past any counter spells that they might be running. Okay, the opponent is playing Lotus Field combo. We may see this quite a lot. You know, I think we all have to be prepared for that reality. So let's play Light Pause, put some Ethereal Armor on it. So we're going to be motoring quite quickly here, I would imagine. So let's stick Audacity on it. So it's a 6/4 now. We can put an All That Glitters on it. Next turn and a 6th Sense. Vizier of Tumbling Sands, indeed. Are they going to do anything else this turn? No. Okay, well that gives us an opening, and we now have the land I think we will need to win the game. So let's take a Shard Mage's Rescue. That way we know for sure they can't target our Light Pause. So it's now a 22-20. We will take a Griff's Boon just to give it flying. So it's now 26-23 with First Strike, Trample, Hexproof and Flying. Ooh, you cheeky man. Do you know what? I kind of respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. They had an answer. Oh, I'm impressed. Well, they're going to have to go off this turn, so let's see if they can do it. They've got a pour over the pages. That's pretty good. No. Yeah, I mean, they were able to survive another turn, but they couldn't quite go off there, so we'll do the same thing again. We'll stick in Invasion of Gobekhan and Deafening Silence, and we'll take out Sheltered by Ghosts. And if everyone is playing Lotus Field combo, this is probably a pretty reasonable deck to be using on day 1, or day 2 technically of the new format. So I'm recording this on Wednesday. Yeah. So yeah, you saw some there of how Lotus Field works. Pour over the pages, draws you cards, untaps the land, and they just kind of keep going. But our opponents have not yet been able to make it happen. If it does, I'll let you watch it for once, and then I will concede every time after that, because, you know, who's got time? So Light Paws did incredible work for us there. This hand is pretty slow, but I think it is okay to keep, because I think SRAM will do work for us to draw us extra cards. I'm drawing a lot of double Mox Ambers at the moment, and I'm not hugely thrilled about it. Clearly, neither was our opponent. Yep, took 1 second to find a match there. Seems people are finally back on the Explorer train. Hopefully that will continue to be the case. Right, will we play someone not using Lotus Field? I mean, I'm not complaining, it's getting me some pretty easy wins, but... It's very soothing piano music that Arena's playing for us at the moment. The opponent seems to be taking their merry old time. Okay, they've woken up. If this had a Skrelv, I'd be more interested in keeping it. So we got 2 draws to find a land. If we do, it kind of goes off quite ridiculously, so let's give it a go. I'm nothing if not ambitious with the way I play. Okay. Duplicate Mox Ambers does just seem to be the order of the day at the moment, so... Well, 100% of the time it works, and 0% of the time. And they're running an Overlord deck. Okay, fine. That's fine. It's not good, but it's fine. Okay, well, Skrelv gets us somewhere, and we can protect it with a Shard Mage's Rescue. And they're spelunking, are they? Okay, well, that's nice. And up to the Beanstalk as well. So I don't. This might be Live to Light. I'm not sure. But that Overlord is certainly impending. See, I would like to use Beseiju for its channel ability, but we're not in that kind of world, I'm afraid. So instead, let's put an Ethereal Armor on our Light Paws. Go fetch Kaya's Ghost Form. Pass the turn and just hope the opponent stares blankly at the universe for the rest of time. Well, that's nice. So they're going to go up to 23. But I'm pretty sure I can kill them this turn. Let's give it a go. Let's go fetch Sheltered by Ghosts. Get rid of Zur. Now we can... Yeah, so if we Shard Mage's Rescue on it now, that makes it a 16-15. Grab a Audacity. Okay, not quite. I may have played that slightly wrong. But we were able to get 20 life out of it, so I'm not hugely worried. What could I have done differently there? Is that a concession? Okay, that alone isn't going to do it for them. No, okay. I should have taken a bit more time to think about things there, but that worked reasonably well. What am I doing against the Overlords deck? I think Invasion is okay here. Not sure what else I could be doing differently. I'll trim a Mox Amber. And then we'll get rid of Sentinel's Eye here. Five colour. Or is it 4 colour Overlords? I think it's 4 colour. I don't think they play red. I don't know. I've never tried playing the Overlords deck. The cost to my wild cards would just be too much to bear. Needs about 20 mythics to play that deck. Okay, the opponents come back. This is... It's not a great hand, to be honest, because Skrelv, yes, Thram is, you know, that's a good one too, but then I can't cast Kaya's Ghost form. Yeah, I think I'm sending this one back. Okay, that is a better hand, so let's lose Iganjo for now. Skrelv. That's fine. Right, well, let's have SRAM in play. Hopefully that will survive. I'm a bit more gung-ho about playing it now, just because I do have my Blade Cover Scout. I would ideally like to be able to cast Glade Cover Scout, and I can, so let's take away there. Yes, it is a good game. I'm enjoying it. I don't know about you, but I am. Okay, let's just go for maximum damage now, I think. Which, you know, when you only have an all that glitters is not that much, but... Overlord of the Mistmoors is a good card. But Audacity is better, so... Play that. Let's take away their Overlord. Attack with our 7/4. It will die if they double block, but I think that's fine. We draw a card. Ooh, now that is an interaction I was not aware happened, so That is slightly unfortunate. Yes. Okay, well, that is what happens when you don't play Overlords. So we're probably going to lose this one. Wasn't necessary, I don't think. Double Overlord of the Mistmoors will probably be enough to close out the game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, made a pretty silly error there. That's just fine, you know, we're still learning our way around this stuff. So I think the deck is fine, as is. We will just... I mean, being on the play will be helpful, I think. Just gives us a bit of extra time. Yep, this is a keepable hand. It's not great, but it's a keepable hand. We are relying on Light Paws doing quite a lot of the work here. If I hadn't attacked with the scouts in that, yeah, I probably would have won, but it's hard to say with any huge degree of certainty. So we'll play Thram first. Hopefully we can draw another land. Just Beanstalk is fine. Land is great. Okay, not that. So we'll play Light Paws. We'll stick a 6th Sense on our SRAM, which gives us 2 extra cards, so 1 now. Light Paws will go off. We will stick a Cartouche of Solidarity on it, create a 1/1. Draw a card. And now we have Invasion to potentially peek at the opponent's hand. Leyline Binding, huh? Yeah, there's not really any good options here. They're both good cards. I think that makes sense. Ooh, I could just get it back again with a... Or I could look in the opponent's hand. Yeah, I think that's probably better at this point. So let's have a cheeky look what's going on here. Okay, so I think I'm going to take Overlord of the Mistmoors just because it creates creatures. They only have 1 black mana at the moment, and they're probably not going to get any more, so let's just take down that. Cast Light Shield Array, and then just keep up a Shard Mage's Rescue. Yep, they've only got 1 black mana, so the Extinction Event is actually really quite annoying, and I can't do anything about. That was an annoying draw. Anything I can do, so that just gives it Hexproof. No, you can have that. Yeah, that is super annoying. So let's Mox Amber. Sheltered by Ghosts away their Leyline Binding. Get ourselves a SRAM. Let's stick Audacity on Light Paws here. And the light shield array will protect our light pores from what they're planning next. Okay, Overlord is fine by itself. Another SRAM is just so-so, so let's start with Griff's Boon on light pores. Really want some way of making it unblockable, but sadly don't think we're going to be given that, so we will just try and go maximum ham. Stick an ethereal armor on it. Yep. Cool. Very good. Made up for our mistake in that second game. I say our mistake like it was you. It was like all of your fault. It was my mistake. So we'll do one more. See if we can go 4-0. Hmm. 5 land hand, not the one. This will have to do. Ooh, monogreens. This will be an interesting matchup. Because, yeah, again, quite light on interaction. So we'll see if we can go over the top of them. But if we're not quick, they will just kill us straight away. So, like that. Five mana on turn 2 seems entirely reasonable. Right, well I think we're pretty dead here, but let's play it out anyway. So we'll Glade Cover Scout, stick a rescue on it, pass the turn. Yeah, the opponent had the nutty butter. Nutty butter? I don't know why I said that. And a Nissa as well. Good. Well, that'll add more mana, so that's more mana. That's another Cavalier of Thought. Do you know what? I think we've seen enough. Now, how am I sideboarding against mono green? I like Portable Hole to get rid of their elves, slow them down. I think that's basically it. And what's coming out? Skrelv is good at making our creatures unblockable. Shard Mage's Rescue can probably go in this matchup. Yeah, that was rough. But they did have 5 mana on turn 2, so I'm not convinced there are many decks that could have done anything about that. Yep, this will do. Just having Skrelv as our only creature is not ideal, but I think we have the mana to slow them down a bit. And we can give it Vigilance, which is nice. Nice little interaction, so... Ugh. Now, am I SRAMming or am I Portable Holding? And the answer to that, I think, is always you play the Portable Hole. And we'll just hit them with poison counters. Yeah, Invasion of Ixalan is fine. It's a decent card, but it doesn't affect the board straight away, which is good. Very good. Nope, they're thinking about it. Wonder if they're running Oath of... Oh, they are running Oath of Nissa, that's fun. We'll play Thram. Let's do some more attacking. And they are playing an Oath. Yeah, we will definitely be using that card at some point. Great card. Very innocuous, but does an incredible job for what it is. What have they got in their house here? Yeah. So, we will shelter our SRAM with some ghosts. Take away their Llanowar elf. Attack for 5. Play a Glaive Cover Scout. Pass the turn. We are beginning to run out of things to do here. Kiora by itself does not bother me. Yeah, I mean, I'll get rid of that as well. Oh, I can do this all day.
Gonna go for a swim and cool off.
Well, I think 4 poison counters is the most that a Skrelv has ever done to an opponent. Okay. Now, do I want anything different on the draw? I don't think so. We are still just trying to go over the top of them. Or under them, depending on how you view a deck like this. But we are also on the draw again, so don't expect too much. Yep, that'll do. It's got a portable hole for their turn 1 elf. They don't have a turn 1 elf. Okay, well that potentially makes life easier. Oh dear. Ooh, I could get rid of their ley line. I think that is by far the most sensible thing to do here. Just slows them down ever so slightly. Hopefully enough to give us the time we need. Yes, it has hexproof. No, it's not a fair mechanic. Okay, that's a good sign, so let's go big. Okay, it's good, good, very good. Okay, 4-0 with auras. I was not expecting that. I thought it would be a little less impactful. I think there are matchups like Control that it's probably struggles a bit more against, but yeah, no, very impressed. Okay, we got, ooh, God, got a lot of packs to open. Oh well, let's work our way through these and see what we can pull out here. Yep, that's a card. Couple of Foundations packs. Lunar Insight is not interesting. Either is that. Let's see what's in our Pioneer Masters packs. One of the creature lands. Never unhappy to see those. Probably won't see a huge amount of play. I think there are better creature lands now in the format. And we'll open our golden pack as well. Don't say I don't treat you all. Ooh, this I think we'll probably run a goblins deck at some point. Now that we have Reckless Bushwhacker, so a couple of good goblins there to add. Millennium Calendar, Golvane Hydra, Sword of Wealth and Power. Yeah, so that was Auras. Good fun, good fun. Still a pretty potent thing to be doing. You can see, sideboard's messed up again. You can see how this is just so hard to get rid of for the opponent if they don't have certain types of removal. And it's a very explosive, you can, with light pause on the battlefield, you could be hitting for 20 damage sort of out of nowhere. So yeah, it's good fun, good strategy. We'll see if it can show any resilience, but in the meantime, that was a good run for it. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of the deck. Here's the deck list one more time, link in the comments as well. And yeah, like and subscribe. See you next time.